What up, cuties? It's your girl Gavin, aka the Curvy Cutie, and today, if you can't tell, I'm filming a little bit differently. I just woke up bright and early so that I can film this for you guys on a Monday morning. I was up really late last night, and I wanted to try something a little bit different, hence the pajamas. I might make this a habit. Maybe we'll do like a pajama talk every now and then, or a pillow talk. I don't know, something like that. But I'm so excited because I am 3 weeks away from going home. 3 weeks! I mean, this cruise, this whole experience went by so quickly, and I've learned so much, I've experienced so much that I really wanted to share it with you guys. So this week's video is all about what I learned while working on a cruise ship. Now, of course, I mean, you all are grown, you know that these opinions are my own and they are not in any way geared through the company itself. I was not paid to make this review or kind of video about it, if you will. These are just some things that I felt were important, things that I kind of wish I had known, and things that I think you guys would like to know as well. So I wrote a few things down in my handy dandy cell phone, so I'm going to be looking down at that just a little bit. Hope you guys don't mind. Also, if you've gotten this far in the video and you haven't hit the thumbs up button yet, because my hair is fly today, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, because this is a straight up I went to sleep and woke up like this. I mean, it looks alright, I guess. And also, if you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment box below, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can become a part of the Cutie Army. Okay, so one of the first things I learned, definitely right off the bat, was saving money can be easy and it can be really hard. Depending on where you are and the season you're in, I mean, you can spend money off bat like that. We had our first 2 months of rehearsal in Toronto, Canada, which is such an awesome and beautiful city. However, it was wintertime, so we spent a lot of our time just indoors or in the general area that wasn't too far to venture out to, because it was really cold and snowy. We were usually really tired from rehearsals in the evening, so we didn't do too many crazy things. So that's one way that I was able to save some money. Now, I can also spend a lot of money because not too far from where was a mall, which didn't have that many plus size options to begin with, but they did have a lot of really cute stuff, a lot of fun stuff to spend. So figuring out how to budget right off the bat, giving yourself a budget for each week or each month or whatever works for you, definitely comes in handy. Now, that carrying over onto the cruise, depending on your lifestyle, depending on your needs, you will probably be saving more than you'll be spending. Nassau has a lot of really nice places to go for lunch and shopping here and there and things like that, definitely, but you can save a lot more on this contract, specifically with the Disney Dream, I think, than you can with some of the other cruises that really travel out through the Mediterranean, all around the UK, down in like South America. Those cruises, I think you could spend a little bit more money if you don't budget yourself right, and I think this kind of will help carry over, I guess, into my regular lifestyle as well, which is one reason why I like this cruise. It definitely teaches you a lot about budgeting and budgeting well. Taking care of yourself in all facets can be a little bit difficult. Taking care of your hair, one thing that I thought could be really simple because of the humidity and not knowing what my schedule was going to be like, really took a long time for me to figure out what would work for me, because it takes so long for me to do my hair in terms of washing, conditioning, and detailing and styling. But basically doing flat twists at night, like cornrows, but like twisted all the way down. It kind of looks like what it's like on the side, only going in the opposite direction, and then bantu knotting it on the end, kind of in a large sections, really became a saving grace because it was quick. It enabled me to moisturize my hair every night, and I can wear it under my wigs, under hats and things like that, or take it out quickly to have my hair in a nice curly fro. It looks a little crazy today because I literally just woke up after sleeping on it. Another thing is skincare. The air here, you're kind of battling two different worlds. The air on the island, which is very fresh, but also really humid and sticky. It does help to dampen your skin, but back on the ship, it's a lot of recycled air. It's kind of like living on an airplane, if you will. You can go out onto the decks, out into the fresh air while you're at sea and stuff like that, but for the most part, when you're rehearsing in the theaters, when you're in your cabin, it's a lot of recycled air. One thing, excuse me, that I invested in was a cold air humidifier. One, because we can only have cool air on here. They're not allowed to have heated kind of electronics in your cabin for fire safety reasons, but I do like cool mist, and it helps to just keep the air nice and moist, to keep it really nice and cool for specifically for my lungs, but also my skin has been able to maintain its moisture as well. Resting and relaxing are so important. It's really easy to go. It's really easy to have fun. It's easy to work. The ship has so many things for you to do, which is insane. There's always something. We had our own Olympics, but they all happen really late at night because it has to happen after hours. So relaxing and finding time to pick up a hobby that allows you to extend your brain, I think is really awesome. I've been reading a lot more since I've been on this cruise. I might even do like a book haul, I don't know. And I've been trying to just take a nap, which is so important and life-saving. I know for me, just taking a 20-minute, 30-minute, an hour tops has really helped save me in terms of my voice, actually like performing better and kind of maintaining my sanity. I get a little delirious and a little silly when I'm tired. Napping has been a saving grace. Another thing about taking care of yourself, getting sick. It is really easy to get sick on a cruise ship. The first couple weeks on the ship, all of us were sick at the same time or just individually until I think our immune systems got a hang of the whole air quality here, and I know once I get off the ship there's going to be a likely chance that I'll get sick again, just because I will be out in a different air quality. I'll have a moment to relax, and my body will really kind of say like, okay, this is something a little bit different. Now I'm gonna get sick. I have been really good about taking medicine, taking vitamins, whatever your holistic or physician prescribed kind of healthcare regimen is. Follow that if you know it's going to work for you. Working on the ship itself can actually be really difficult on your knees, not just as a plus size woman, but as a person in general, because you're walking on steel all the time. You're literally walking on a giant boat of steel, and that can be a little bit more difficult on your joints than you think. My hips are really sore, my knees are really sore, so icing, ibuprofen, trying to get into the hot tub when I can, which is fantastic, to really try to relax those muscles has been a saving grace. I think I would be in a lot worse of a position if I hadn't really tried to take care of myself. Which brings me to another point. There is a gym on the cruise ship. I'm not sure about other cruise lines, but I'm pretty sure that they all have at least some sort of physical area, some sort of gym where you can go and work out and maintain your physique. I am not gonna lie to y'all, I tried really hard to be in there as often as I could, and I had some really great weeks and I had some really bad weeks. I mean, the gym was great. It was really nice way to get in there and lose some weight. I know that did attribute to my weight loss as well as eating well. Now, the crew mess is different for every cruise line, I am sure, and I think we are pretty privileged and really treated pretty well compared to, I'm sure, some other cruise lines. The mess, however, realistically is a lot like summer camp or high school lunch. They provide really what pleases the masses, and they do provide pretty healthy options. Some nights you can't really find anything that you like to eat. That's realistic. Some nights there's really good food because they have some like fun, really themed nights or international nights and things like that. So I mean, just preparing for that. You can have snacks in your room, which is always helpful. I fell in love with this damn Smart Food white cheddar popcorn. I had to stop. It was like crack, y'all. I was like, every day I had to eat some of this popcorn. I almost lost my mind. And they had chocolate covered pretzels. See, again, non-healthy choices. You can make a choice to have really healthy snacks or really not healthy snacks that taste really good. I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing, but you know, I love something that tastes good. Something else I learned while working on the ship: Wi-Fi is expensive. I think this is for most cruise ships. Trying to find like reliable Wi-Fi, specifically for me because I like to download videos and I like to upload videos for my blog, finding a reliable source for Wi-Fi can be hard. So finding Wi-Fi, having a proper data plan is super important. I had like 4 months of just trying to figure out how to get my data plan correct so I wasn't paying hundreds of dollars while being on the cruise ship, texting family members, calling, trying to use my data like for Instagram uploads and things like that. Planning, scheduling, everything you need around Wi-Fi. Some of my castmates don't even use Wi-Fi. Again, they live a different lifestyle. They don't need it. I'm trying to lead a social media empire, so I have to be up and more active on the internet than most. So if that's something that's important to you, if that's something that you really do need, finding a proper Wi-Fi place and planning accordingly is definitely something I didn't think I would need, but is a necessary evil working on the cruise ships. Something that is definitely, I guess maybe a little bit of a touchy subject, but it is real. There is a hierarchy on the ship which can sometimes foster classism, depending on what you do on the ship and then where that falls in line with the hierarchy. Sometimes people do not really appreciate that. We don't really like come into too much like problems with that, but every now and then you get someone who does, I think, try to undermine you or say like, oh well, how many hours did you work today, or things like that. But because our schedules are so different, they don't understand the physical needs that we have as performers, and so sometimes those positions aren't seen the same as, let's say, someone who works in housekeeping or someone who works in the dining rooms or someone who works in the bridge, which is where the captain works. All of those things differ in terms of your stance in the system, I guess, like what your security clearance is, if you will. We don't have anything that's like your security clearance doesn't do that, but just for perspective. So that is something that I did find. It's definitely a hierarchy system, and that's something I think that you might come into contact more on a cruise ship than you would, unless of course you're working maybe in a corporate job similar to that, I would think. But again, overall, never had a terrible instance of that. Never been in a position where I felt uncomfortable. Never been in a position where I felt like someone was treating me differently because of what I do on the ship. And I think that attributes to the people that they hire and the people that work here. Everyone with Disney is just, I mean, they're really fantastic. They're a really great group of crew members. There's so much more that I learned on this cruise. I can't really explain how I think life-changing it has been for me at this point in my life. I think you go through so many stages, so many growth spurts. Your 21st, your 25th, your 30th, and I'm gearing up to my 30th. God, I wish I was gearing up to my 20th birthday. Gearing up to my 30th birthday, and this has been another milestone that I think has really helped me refocus myself and guide me to the next path in my life, which is why I'm so excited to get back on land and get to blogging. I just have had such a burst of creativity and so many ideas that I know I'll be doing while I'm on land and capable of doing. If you feel like you need to be recentered, if you feel like you need a minute away from the city, you need a moment to yourself to really just save some money and refocus your life, joining a cruise ship, working on a cruise ship, or some job that allows you to step away from your normal worldly self and get around some new people, try some new things, is a great idea. It's something that can really help you try to center your spirit and get into a better place, or awaken something maybe that you've been looking for a while. A cruise ship, I mean, it's about 6 months depending on the job that you have. It can be less, it can be more. It is work. It can be a lot of work, again, depending on the job that you have. But finding solace in working and steady work outside of, I think, something that you would normally do, and having paid vacation, I think is so much fun, and it's really cool, and I've had such an awesome time doing it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions, go ahead and write them down in the description box below and answer this question for me. If you could have any job, what would it be? I hope you guys have an awesome week, and don't forget, keep it cute.